Alright, so I'm going to be doing a review on the 332nd Battle Pack. So, it released in 2023 for a retail price of $20, and this set is expected to retire by the end of 2024. And this has set number 75359, 4 minifigures, 108 pieces, and an age rating of 6 plus. And one interesting thing about the set is for some reason, on all of the box arts and promotional images, for some reason, the lines above the clone trooper's eyes are pretty thick, but the lines look normal in person. But that's just something weird to point out. So, in the set, we do get three 332nd troopers. And they all are fine figures, I guess. But I would say that they are a downgrade from the previous 332nd Trooper. And that's just because of their helmet holes. And I know talking about the helmet holes is getting a bit repetitive, but I obviously have to point them out. And a lot of people do not like them at all. Some people don't really mind them too much. I personally don't really like them, but I definitely don't hate them as much as a lot of other people. I just still personally prefer the original helmets. And besides the actual holes, for some reason on these newer helmets, LEGO can't really seem to print too close to the actual fin. So on these figures, there is a pretty noticeable gap between the printing there and on the fin. And sure, there was a bit of a gap on the previous 332nd Trooper, but I would say that it's not as noticeable. But the printing on the torso and legs are fine. I don't have any issues with them. They are the mixed style between the realistic and animated, which I do really like this newer style. And the torso and leg pieces are the same as a normal 501st Trooper, which does make sense. And two of the troopers actually include jetpacks, which I do like, and it does make sense for the Battle on Mandalore. And they all, of course, have the regular clone face. In the set, we do get Captain Vaughn. And first off, named character in Battle Pack, already bad. Just because when LEGO includes a named character in a battle pack, it just ruins the ability to buy multiple of them. Just because you wouldn't really need like 17 Captain Vaughns if you were trying to buy multiple of these. And plus, the figure just wasn't executed very well. First off, his visor is just supposed to be red, but they just reused the same orange visor that they used on Cody. And technically, there is supposed to be a print on top of the visor, but that is a bit unrealistic to ask LEGO for. But he is supposed to have a more unique print on the top of his helmet. So they should have at least included that. And one of the major points of criticism with this figure is the fact that he doesn't have his gray abdomen area, which LEGO included on the Commander Cody, but they didn't put it on this figure. But he does have his little rank, which doesn't look too bad. And he does actually have a print for his jetpack, which I kind of wish was a physical piece, but I guess a print works. And I guess one positive with this figure is that if you were to buy multiple of these, because he isn't as accurate, mainly with the gray abdomen area, you could, I guess, take off the visor and put him with the rest, and he wouldn't really look too out of place, except his back print. But I highly doubt that was intentional. Overall, this is a fine minifigure selection, I guess. I just feel like all the figures could have been executed a bit better. I mean, just the 332nd Troopers are a downgrade to the previous one, and the Captain Vaughn is pretty inaccurate. But I guess they're fine figures, I guess. Now, before talking about the main builds, we do get this little cannon build. It's not the most sophisticated build ever. It's like a couple pieces at most, and it doesn't look particularly the best. It's just a normal stud shader slapped on top of a regular base. And I mean, I guess it's a decent little inclusion, but I feel like the set could have gone without it, I guess. I mean, the thing can spin around, and you can, of course, fire it. I mean, it's fine, I guess. But the main build is a Swamp Speeder. And this is actually our fourth rendition of a Swamp Speeder. And I mean, it's not bad. I just feel like it probably wasn't the best choice as a build for this set. Just because this is supposed to be a set pretty much for the Battle of Mandalore. And there wasn't really a Swamp Speeder there. I can't really think of a better build idea, and plus, the build isn't really the main focus of battle packs. They're not supposed to be accurate. I'm just saying, there might have been a better inclusion, but I mean, as a Swamp Speeder, it's not terrible, I guess, but it's not bad. But I feel like it's way too small, just because I feel like for $20 for this build, not including the figures, it's just way too small for an actual battle pack build. But on the front, there are two stud shooters, which don't look that bad. They don't look particularly good, but I guess they're fine. There are two black seats, so you can put two of your clone troopers. And there are actually two clips on both sides for some blasters, which I do like. And there are, of course, these little shield things. They're fine, I guess. They can move a bit, so it could be a bit easier to put the clone trooper in, which I like. And there is, of course, the main engine, which doesn't look too bad, actually. I feel like this was done pretty well, I guess. And the shaping for this actual part was done pretty well. This is the bottom of the build. Doesn't look terrible. And I mean, there's not really too much to talk about this. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I do like this whole little tile outline around the seats. And I feel like there could have been some sort of control panel right there. But, I mean, it's a fine build, I guess. It's not the best battle pack build. I just feel like it should have been a bit bigger for $20. And, you know, probably could have been a better choice. But, I mean, it's not a bad build or anything. There's just not too much to actually really talk about it. And if you're curious, these are what the clone troopers look like in the Swamp Speeder. It's not bad. Overall, this is a decent set, I guess. I just have a couple issues with it. Mainly the figures and builds, so pretty much the whole thing. But I mean, it's not a terrible set. Just, it's not a very good battle pack. And I mean, the figures could have been done a bit better. The build is a bit small. But I mean, would I recommend this to you? Probably not. I mean, if you buy the set, you're probably not going to regret your purchase. But you're probably not going to need this set. So, overall, I would give this set about a 6 out of 10.